Have you ever wondered what dark secrets might be hidden in your apartment? One of the scariest parts of moving into a new place is discovering the unsettling details that weren't mentioned when you signed the lease. After living there for a while, you begin to notice strange things happening. These eerie occurrences will make you think twice about where you live. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Let's begin. My girlfriend and I were planning to get married at the end of the year, and moved into an apartment complex temporarily until we could buy a house. The apartment we leased seemed perfect, until the first night. At exactly 3:13 a.m., I woke up to hear strange noises. At first, I thought it was my girlfriend getting up to use the bathroom, but when I reached over to where my girlfriend was sleeping, she was sound asleep. I listened closely and could hear faint footsteps in the hallway, but soon I started hearing whispers too faint to make out, yet chilling enough to keep me wide awake. As I looked around in my bedroom, I could see something dark darting across from the opened closet to the bathroom, and then disappearing. I rubbed my eyes and turned on the light. I woke up my girlfriend and told her what I saw and heard. She laughed and said that I was probably dreaming. I tried to convince her that I was not dreaming, but she insisted that I was and fell back to sleep. The dread in the apartment was palpable, and every night the activity grew more intense, turning my fear into sheer terror. I kept trying to convince my girlfriend that something was wrong. One night, I kept her up until 3:13 a.m., hoping to prove to her that I wasn't making this up. At exactly 3:13 a.m., we both heard the strange noises. At first, there were faint footsteps in the hallway, but soon, we started hearing whispers, too faint to make out. We looked around the bedroom and saw a dark figure darting across from the open closet to the bathroom. My girlfriend screamed at the top of her lungs. I turned on the light, but there was no one there. We packed a suitcase and left the apartment for a hotel room. Later that day, we broke the lease and moved out of the apartment. I laughed and said, "Do you believe me now?" She smacked me hard, but I knew she was just as relieved as I was to be out of that apartment. I was on military leave and returned home, but my parents were out of town, so I had no place to stay. I didn't want to get a hotel room because it was expensive at the time. I was just a private in the army, so I didn't have a lot of money. As I stood outside my parents' house, wondering what to do, a car pulled up into the driveway. He yelled out, "Do you remember me?" The voice did sound familiar, but I couldn't recognize it. As I walked towards the car, I saw that it was my buddy from high school, whom I hadn't seen in years. He asked what I was doing, and I explained my situation to him. My friend asked if I needed a place to crash, and I replied, "Yes." My buddy told me to get in, and we drove off to his place. When we arrived, my buddy told me to sleep on the couch. He worked the graveyard shift and headed out to work shortly after. I ordered food and had dinner. After eating, I began to feel tired. I laid down on the couch and fell asleep. In the middle of the night, I heard something drop loudly onto the kitchen floor. Immediately, I jumped up from the couch. For a second, I thought I was being attacked. I walked into the kitchen and saw a frying pan lying on the floor. I picked it up and put it back on the counter. Exhausted, I went back to sleep. Moments later, I heard the water running in the bathroom. I called out, "Hey bro, you home already?" But got no answer. I got up from the couch and started walking towards the bathroom door. My eyes halfway closed from fatigue. Suddenly, I saw a dark figure running from the bathroom and disappearing. I quickly rubbed my eyes and looked around but saw no one. I walked into the bathroom and felt a cold breeze. The hair on the back of my neck stood up, and a chill ran down my spine. At that moment, I felt as if someone was standing behind me. I quickly turned around to look and saw no one there. The uncertainty of the situation was overwhelming, and every step I took felt like a step closer to danger. The feeling of being watched was inescapable. I packed my things and left my buddy's apartment. After getting to the hotel, I called my buddy to let him know that I had left. I explained to him what I had encountered, and he laughed. He said he forgot to tell me his place was haunted. I felt a sense of betrayal and anger. I told him that was a cruel prank, and since then I haven't spoken to him. These apartment horror stories remind us that sometimes the scariest things are right next door. Which story scared you the most? Do you have any chilling tales of your own? Please share them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more thrilling content. Stay safe, and keep an eye out for anything strange in your apartment. Until next time, sleep tight and don't let the ghosts bite.